the Grand Secretary.
Most worshipful Grand Master and brethren, I regret to announce that since our last communication, advice has been received of the passing of a number of our brethren, whose names have been circulated to the members at this venue and those watching this communication at our designated streaming centres and at home.
Brethren, we value the fraternal ties we have shared with all of these brethren, some of whom I've actually served in grand teams with. May the great architect bless each of them, and may we as Freemasons remember the value they have contributed to our craft and be mindful to our obligations to their family, whom they have left to journey on this earth. When I take a moment to reflect on brethren from the Grand Lodge of the Philippines with whom we share a special relationship and, in fact, a memorandum of understanding to define that relationship. And I now call upon our Grand Chaplain, Very Worshipful Brother Felix Pintado, who is the Grand Representative of this Grand Lodge near the Grand Lodge of the Philippines, to offer a eulogy for 5 past Grand Masters of that Grand Lodge.
The United Grand Lodge of Victoria and the Most Worshipful Grand Lodge of the Philippines enjoy amity each with the other, and have done so for many years, with each having appointed a Grand Representative, as the Most Worshipful Grand Master has just indicated. Our close relationship was formalised recently in a Memorandum of Agreement, which was initiated by our own Most Worshipful past Grand Master, Donald Gordon Reynolds, in 2017. This special relationship, formed in the spirit of brotherhood, enabled exchanges of information on education, membership, governance, and charitable activities. In pre-pandemic times, the annual communication of the Grand Lodge of the Philippines was attended by our respective Grand Masters in 2017, 2018, and 2019. And these visits were reciprocated by the attendance of representatives of the Grand Lodge of the Philippines at our grand installations and quarterly communications. The visits became part of our annual calendar of events, where we learned from each other the nuances of how the craft is practiced in each other's jurisdictions. In fact, it was on one of these occasions that we learned about and witnessed how Grand Masters in the Philippines are selected at the time that they occupy the chair of Junior Grand Warden, giving the candidate 2 years to learn and prepare before they serve their 1-year term as Grand Master. In spite of the pandemic, our Grand Lodge continues to foster an enduring and personal relationship with the Grand Lodge of the Philippines. It is for this reason that we were saddened with the news received early last month in relation to the passing of 5 most worshipful past Grand Masters of the Grand Lodge of the Philippines. 5 pillars struck down by the COVID-19 pandemic. These esteemed brethren were Most Worshipful past Grand Master Eugenio Labitoria, who died at the age of 85 on the 26th of May 2020. Brother Labitoria was Grand Master in 2002. Most Worshipful past Grand Master Rudyardo Bunda, who died at the age of 87 on 7th of April 2021. Brother Bunda was Grand Master in 1982. Most Worshipful past Grand Master Oscar Bunyi, who died at the age of 74 on the 4th of May 2021. Brother Bunyi was Grand Master in the year 2000. Most Worshipful past Grand Master Jaime Gonzalez, who died at the age of 73 on the 30th of August 2021. And Brother Gonzalez was Grand Master in 2007. And lastly but not least, Most Worshipful Past Grand Master Rosendo Herrera, who died at the age of 82 on the 1st of October 2021, and Brother Herrera was Grand Master in 1983. Their service to the craft has helped shape and strengthen Freemasonry in the Philippines. We ourselves have drawn from their strength in our learning and growth. For their dedicated efforts, they earn the admiration of our brethren, both in the Philippines and here in Victoria. We honour them now as fellow craftsmen and as a part of our own historical memory. The lessons to be derived from their exemplary lives provide a hope for the future that will enable our Filipino brethren to emerge renewed from their current experience of hardship. These 5 brethren lived respected and died regretted.
Thank you, Very Worshipful Brother Grand Chaplain. I ask that all brethren present here tonight in designated centres or in fact at home to now please stand with the sign of fidelity as a mark of respect. Call upon our Grand Chaplain to offer up prayer.
Almighty and eternal God, who art the source of life and health, we remember with thanksgiving these our brethren who, having finished their course on earth, have passed to the Grand Lodge above. We pray that their lives and examples may inspire us who follow in their footsteps to greater devotion and more faithful service to the honour and glory of thy most holy name.
Be seated, brethren.
Brethren, the next item is an address by me.